Welcome to the Numerology and Astrology for August 3rd, 2021. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 16, and if you add the 1 and the 6 together, you get the number 7. Today, being the number 7, it's about understanding how all things are interconnected with energetic filaments that weave this reality into existence. The number 7 refers to those things that exist that are essential for our well-being and our ability to survive in this world. There are a myriad of things that are just below the surface of our personal awareness, but exist nonetheless, and are critical infrastructures that support the larger patterns of life to be able to survive. We have always had air, but for a long time we did not know that the trees and plants take our waste products from our body to manufacture this life-giving element. We live in a world of microbes, but they too were unknown until science was able to see them and thus explain and help prevent diseases. It is the desire to learn and understand that allows the human experience to expand and mature beyond the superstition and into the higher functioning mind. Without the development and refinement of that discerning mind, all of our ancestors have been victims to the dangerous obsessive qualities when minds attempt to explain things in order to conjure up stories to try to explain and thus control a world that they do not understand. The number 7 arises in power when the soul finally recognizes that superstitions and emphatic faith cannot nor will not ever be able to explain the tremendously complex patterns of life and energy that make up this world and the billions of galaxies in the night sky. While we can try to feel into the natural flow of life and become a part of that, we are not mature enough to understand the intricacies that make up this world while in this reality and in this body. We are here to learn and to create. We are here to explore and discover. We are not here to know the massive, complex interweavings of life so intimately that we can see the far-reaching impact of all of our choices. But we are here to learn and to become more aware and to pay attention to the subtle promptings that are helping to guide us through such a magnificent and complicated experience. The astrology today. Okay, I know I'm a little behind. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm going to give you a quick look at the monthly astrology. The planet of guile and gumption, Mars, has moved into the perfectionistic sign of Virgo at the end of July and continues to travel through the sign that loves to pay attention to details until mid-September. If you have not started to clear out the old to allow in the new, now would be a good time. Just do one thing at a time, and over a few weeks, you will see how much smoother your life will go because organization and structure makes life easier. The love planet Venus is in a persnickety Virgo until August 16th. This will give us the energy and inspiration to make our homes beautiful and more efficient. After August 16th through September 10th, Venus will be in Libra, shifting the priorities into relationships and discovering what really matters in life. On August 19th, the progressive planet Uranus decides to back up until mid-January 2022. Unfortunately, this means that the 5 outer planets are all moving retrograde together until October. This happened last year at about this approximate same time. Remember the challenges emotionally that happened the last 6 months of 2020? Well, this one will not be as severe as the other one. It is a moment that the universe teaches us that it is all our choices that have consequences. Clearly, this is teaching us to deal with issues at home and the projects that keep hanging us up. While it is okay to plan some future ideas, it is a good idea to keep things loose and roughly planned. Many things will make major changes over the next 6 months, and it's best to feel into the flow that is arising rather than try to swim against the current. Okay, the astrology for today. The moon spends the day in the dualistic sign of Gemini. Curiosity is driving the bus, and many things want to be answered. Go ahead, ask those questions. There might be a piece of information that arises that clarifies something important for you in your future. Mercury is square Uranus today, building tension and making our senses overstimulated. Good news is that major insights are possible while there will still be so much work to get done. At least there are new ideas inspiring actions and choices. There can be sudden flashes of insight or a fresh new idea, but they may not come together, well, just yet. We need to take these things on with consistent zeal, but tempers are a bit short and interruptions will cause mental disorganization and a feel as if we are losing the thread, but thought we were on one. It might be wise to recognize that allowing those distractions will end up being more upsetting than not. The best choice is to turn off the phone. We might be able to learn how to allow these upsets to stimulate us into a mindset that surrenders into what is most needed. My quote for today: when we fall, we can inadvertently take others with us. When we fall, we have a choice, not in how we get up and get going again, but in who we help in that process of rising. Because when we rise, we can help others also rise. We are all together in this world of pleasure and pain. We can turn our pain into pleasure simply by reaching out a hand and helping others rise with us. Okay, on my blog for today, I apologize. I have not gotten out the bigger astrology for the month of August, nor the newsletter for this month out yet. Know that I am working on it. While at my house, I have the newest and best internet available here, but we live in a very remote area and occasionally we run out of high-speed internet at the end of our payment cycle, especially because I do Zoom readings and they take up a huge amount of the bandwidth. And so needless to say, at the end of the payment cycle, we hit a snag, and it seems ridiculous to not be able to buy more when we hit that place, and we have no control over that. And as a result, the internet grinds down to dial-up speed, and that is insufficient to be able to do the normal research on the web that I use to put my astrology for the month together and the newsletter. I can use my hotspot on my phone, but guess what? That is also at the end of this month, and the phone company will not let me buy more of that either. The system resets on August 4th, 2 days away. At that point, I will get all of those parts together and get it out the door. Thank you for your patience. In the meantime, enjoy this beautiful month and allow those connections with others to warm your heart and soul, because after all, we are in the season of Leo. It is designed to allow hearts to expand in love and generosity of spirit to become a part of our daily routine. Thanks, everyone.